Hey, how y'all doing today? Welcome to another episode of this show here. Today I want to talk about something that's really a passion of mine that I have a love for. That's the game of basketball. Anybody who knows me knows I have a great fondness for it and a love for it. But lately, it's just left a bitter taste in my mouth, and some of the guys that I admired in the game, the professional game, has really it's dampened my image of them, man. Just by things they're doing this. It's like they really sabotaging their integrity for no reason, no apparent reason, because their relevance is already established. And I guess really I should get to the point. I watched some snippets on YouTube. I was just like surfing, just bored, had nothing else to do, and I noticed that a lot of stuff been in the news and just popular conversation about KYRIE Irving, and respectable young man. I really I think a lot of it. I respect his stance. He's one of the main people who really didn't falter in the whole vaccine and COVID thing, and he stood on his morals, and I think that's something that should be rewarded, should be admired. And in this day, we're not doing that. We're too busy in the let's cancel you, let's destroy your validation, your validity. Let's call you names and berate you. And I don't get that, man. I don't get that. I come from a time when guys played the game. They played at a high level, but they played it rough and rugged as well. So that's why you want to watch pro, because you was like, man, these guys doing something that the average guy can't do. You making shots off balance, man, pushing you to the ground, and you still manage to get through this. You fighting through the adversity. That's what it's all about. And excuse me, not so much, but there's certain players that I'm wondered by them, but I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't really watch it the way I used to, and the commentation I don't pay attention to, because like I say, it tends to dampen your spirits, and it tends to make you think different of your heroes and the guys that you actually admire that played that game on that level. And speaking of which, I saw the snippet on where Charles Barkley, for one, I I can't grasp the reason why he was so emotional about a post, or basically a paste book that was post on Kyrie's timeline. No comments, no additional comments, nothing to you could insinuate anything. Just a book posted on his timeline, among other things. But again, Charles Barkley was so emotional about saying this man should be suspended, and I'm like, why, dude? What, suspended for what, man? And why are you such a soldier for that cause? Why, man? Again, I say, isn't your position on that show solidified? You know, do you have to go beyond the Call of Duty to get in a man's bag like that, to go in his pockets and say that he needs to be suspended for a pasted post of a book? Really, it's ridiculous, man. And then someone that I've always respected, I didn't look up to. He's younger than me, but I followed his career because when I was in high school, we go to LSU in Louisiana. I'm originally from Louisiana. That's where we play our high school state games. and I was just so happened to be fortunate enough to play in the All-Star game, which was that preceding summer. And I got to just talk to the trainers, and at that time, Chris Jackson was getting ready to come there, and they was talking about him, and he was just highly recruited, and they was saying just how great this guy was gonna be, and they said, but that's not all. We got another guy, man. This youngster's out of San Antonio now, man. He's amazing, man. Y'all gonna hear about him. So I was looking and anticipating that to happen, and when I seen Shaquille O'Neal, I said, wow, yeah, he is. But and then for my state's sake, he went to LSU. Oh man, that was all bragging rights was so great. But then I see him on their little show, the TNT show that they do, where they analyze and really truly it ain't so much analysis. And if I be real about it, we don't even look at you like that. You and Charles Barkley, y'all do a lot of antics. Y'all are, and I try to overlook it because I don't want to see you in that light because it's a lot of buffoonery, and it's like y'all are the court jesters of that show. And if I could have it so, I would have it different because I see you in a bigger light, and I respect what you've done in your life. And I even went to bat for you when the whole Papa John little thing where a lot of black folks felt that that was a kick in the side for you to do that. But me, I'm trying to see it from the business end and just from a situation of the opportunity arose and you took advantage of it. And it is what it is. That's business. But at the same time, we got to be mindful of things. And you guys, y'all not emotional about topics that deal with your people. You know what I'm saying? But here you is. Shaq, you call Kyrie an idiot. He's an idiot, was your words. And I'm like, how so? At what point did he become an idiot? Because from what I've saw from the young man, he's someone who stands on what he believes. He's very articulate. He speaks well. And one of the better players in the league. But when a certain segment of people have a problem with it, you guys are like y'all run ducktail. And y'all feel like y'all have to do the extra. And it's not needed. You didn't have to say that about that guy. And I'm not gonna sit here and do the same thing and call y'all names because that's not it's not cool for one, and it's not appropriate. It's not needed for what I'm speaking to y'all. I'm just saying, man, why Charles Barkley would you call for you basically bullied the Nets owner saying that you dropped the ball? Why didn't you suspend Kyrie for what? Because I can remember you back on the Dream Team. Remember when you was basically getting sunned by Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan didn't respect you, man. Everybody saw that. And yet you still went along like you was his sidekick. And, but you did what you did. You went down there, you just bullying Brazilian players. And you did a lot during Dream Team run. And just if I just be 100 honest about how a lot of people felt and knew, you shouldn't have been on that team. You are Christian Laettner. Shaq and Isaiah Thomas should have been on that team. And if everybody be honest, they'll admit that. But that's a whole other story. And I'm not going to get away from what I'm dealing with right now, the topic. And that is, man, why are you guys stepping up for these grown-ass people, man? These grown-ass men, they own business. They got more money. They savvy businessmen. They own these teams. They own different companies. Can they get their coward ass out the background and speak for themselves? Why are y'all stepping up, man? And why do we have to apologize? Y'all basically trying to hold this guy under gunpoint in a metaphorical sense. To apologize for what? I'm just as stubborn as KYRIE, if not more. And you can't make me apologize for nothing when I ain't done nothing wrong. And you guys ought to understand that. But y'all feel like y'all got to go the extra mile to do this to your own. It's not necessary. It just make you look a certain way, man. And it's not complimentary. It's ridiculous. It's not necessary. And again, man, I got too much respect for you to sit here and call you names or anything.